Hello everybody. Today we'll start with the new chapter in maths for standard 9th ICSE, that is statistics. Now statistics is basically the study of data. Okay, when you are going to make some data, when you are going to make some kind of information, you collect some information and you are going to find out that based on the information how many people are about this many age, this much amount of age, or how many are below this much below this age, or how many of them have got an income more than this much, how many have got how many rooms in the house, or the marks, that how many of you got less than 10 marks, how many got more than 10 marks or more than 50 marks. Such kind of data when you are going to collect, then we are going to use the data and find out some more information from the data, and that particular usage of the data is called as statistics. So statistics is a very important chapter, easy chapter. You can easily score good marks in statistics. So now let's understand some basic terms of statistics. Now first thing is the primary data. When you yourself are going to conduct a particular kind of uh, what do you call it, a survey, and you are finding out the data, then it's a primary data. If you're already having some data and you're working on it, then that data becomes a secondary data. Now when you're in the initial stage, when you are trying to find out that particular data, like for example, I come to your class and then I ask each and every person that what is their marks in maths. So if somebody tells me that, okay, the first person says me he got out of 50, he got 45, then 35, then 42, then 43, then 41. ऐसे करके कोई मुझे जो I'll just keep on writing over there. If I just keep on writing over here that 45, 43, 41, then 14, then 26, and then 17, and 29, and 31. Now all these, when I'm just getting that particular information which is in a very random manner, it is neither ascending, descending, nothing. It is just a data which I am receiving from you all one by one. When such a thing is there, I call such a data over here which is just a raw data. So this is nothing but a raw data. And we are going to work on this raw data and and I'm going to convert this raw data into a ungrouped or a group data in a tabular form, so that we know that how many students got a particular mark, or how many were able to get more than certain thing or less than certain thing. तो वो सब जो है that we'll be able to find out by the first thing, that is the frequency table. Now when we talk about the data, we have one more thing, is the variable. Now this are all variables because each marks what you are going to receive are variables. So in variables there could be two kind of variables. One is a continuous variable, another is a discrete variable. Like for example, if I tell you that what is the height of what is your height, okay, then somebody tells me that it is 163 centimeters, it is 158 centimeters, it is 140 centimeters. So there could be any value. It could be even 144.5 or 144.3 or 156.7. It could be any number. When it could be any number, it is a continuous variable. So it is a continuous. It is continuous variable when the number is any real number. That means it can be any number in between also. Okay, it could be between, and say point decimals में भी उसका आंसर हो सकता है. When that value can be in decimals also, then we call it as a continuous variable. Now if the value is such that it is always whole number, then we have a non-continuous discrete. Okay, it's a discrete variable. Now discrete variable is the one when the answer is only whole numbers. So when the answer is only in whole numbers, that means it can be only 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. Like for example, if I ask you how many family members are there in your house, can it be 3.1? Can it be 4.5? No, it can never be in decimal because the number of people are number of people. You cannot count them half or full or so. That's why it will be always going to be giving you a discrete or a discontinuous kind of variable. So when the variables are the one which are countable numbers, then it is called as a discrete or discontinuous variable. And when it could be any number in between, any decimal points also in between, then it will be counting as a continuous variable. So this is the way you are going to have two kinds of data. One could be a one which will be a continuous variable where it would be all the numbers which possible, and one could be a discrete in which all the numbers are not, it will always be in whole numbers. Now the next thing what you are going to see is how we are going to convert the raw data into another form. So when you have a raw data, what we do is that this raw data is going to get converted into a ungrouped data or a group data. Now we'll first see the ungrouped data because the first exercise what we are having is related to only ungrouped data. So in the ungrouped data, what we do is that we are going to make tally mark. Now suppose I just convert this thing into a proper data. So if I have got this data and I have over here, suppose it is 45 again and then 43 again and then 14 and 14 and 14 and then it's 29. Now if this is the condition and if I want to convert this into a table, what I'll do is that I will try to start with the smallest number. Now the smallest number is 14. So 14 is there, then the next number is 17 over here. I should write all of them, so it will be 14, 15, 16 and so on. But here the range is very big, so because the range is very big, I'm just writing those numbers which are appearing over here. So accordingly it will be 17 will be there, 18, 19 are not there, but 20 is not there, 21, 22 kuch bhi nahi hai. So I just print the data for 26 and then 29 and then it is having 31 and then 41, 43 and 45. So these are the numbers. So 45 is coming how many times? It's coming 2 times. So 40, I'll just start from here. 45, so you put a 1 over here. That is the tally mark. Then 43, 1. 41 will be 1. Then 14 will be 1. Then 26 will be again 1. 17 will be again 1. 29 will be again dash over here. 31, then 45, again 1. 43 here. Then 14, 14, 14. And then it is 29. I'll put one more 14 over here just for. So once it is this way, so now 4 ho gaya tha, again ek bar aaya, so it will be cut like this. So just to understand that this is a group of 5. So in this way, this gives this is nothing but the marks. Okay, these are the marks, and this is the tally mark. And this one over here is the frequency. So what is the frequency? Frequency is the number of times this particular marks have been repeated in a particular data. So I can see the 14 was repeated in data. How many times? 5 times. 17 was 1 time. 26 was 1 time. 29 was twice. 31 was once. This was 1. This was twice. And this was twice. So if you see the total, it is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there are 15 number of students in the class over here. So you can check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that completes the thing. So this what we have made over here is called as the tally mark and the frequency table. Okay, this is called as the frequency table. So what we have is whenever we are given a raw data, the raw data can be converted into a data like this, which is called as a frequency table. Another option is this thing is to convert this raw data into a data which is called as an array. Okay, it is called an array. And what is an array? Array is the data in the ascending order. If I put the numbers in the ascending order, then that particular data becomes an array data. So in this case, it will be this way that I will be writing 14, 5, so it will be 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. Then the next number is 17, so it is 17. Then the next number is 26. Then 29. 29 is going to be twice, so 29, 29 2 times. Then it is 31, which is 1 time, 31, then 41, then 43, then 43, 45 and 45. So this data, this complete data got converted into an ascending order, which is called as an array. So array can be another form of a data in which the data which is given to you is converted into an ascending or a descending. You can put it in descending also. So it is an ascending or a descending order that you are putting all the data into. So that is called as an array. And so this way the data can be made. This is called as a ungrouped data. Okay, it is an ungrouped data. Okay, once you know the ungrouped data, next what we see is the two statistical functions, mean and the median. So I'll keep this or maybe not required right now. So I'll just erase this part. Okay, now what we have over here is called as the mean and the median. So we have the mean. Mean actually is nothing but the average. And so what is the average? If you remember average, हम लोग 8th standard में भी पढ़े थे, तो we have mean का formula is mean is equals to number of observations, sorry, sum of observations upon number of observation. So in this case it will be how much? It will be 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 17 plus 26 plus 29, 29 plus 31 plus 41 plus 43 plus 43 plus 45 plus 45. ये पूरा यानी 14 plus 14 डॉट 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 वहां से लेकर plus 45 plus 45, ये पूरा का पूरा ऐड करना है upon number of times it is 15, so the upon 15. So in this way, suppose we get the total of this particular thing as, let's say it is giving me as 450. So it is giving me 450, that will be 450 upon 15, so it will be 30. So the mean is going to be 30. If the sum of all this, if the sum of all this is sums to 450, then I can see that the mean will be sum of observation upon number of observations. So this is the first one, that is the mean. Mean will always be given by the formula sum of observation upon number of observations. That is the mean. Arithmetic mean or average, they both are the same terms. It is exactly the same. There is no difference between the two. Now the next one what we have is the median. So median over here is the central number. Okay, the number which is at the center. So यहाँ से ये number से जो भी है उसका center number is the median. Now formula for median is, there are two formulas for median, because central number will be like, for example, if I start from here, so 7 from this side and 7 from this side I cut, I get the middle part, that is the 8th term. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so this becomes my median. Okay, because if I cut from here and cut from here, cut from here, cut here, cut here, sorry, cut here, cut here, cut. So what is remaining is 29. But if there would have been 16 terms, then I would have got two numbers in between. So that's why there are two different formula for median. If the median, so if n, so here n is equals to 15. So if n is odd, then median is equals to n plus 1 upon 2th term. So it is 15 plus 1, 16. 16 upon 2 is 8. So 8th term. Okay, that's why it will be 15 plus 1 upon 2 is 8th term, which is nothing but equal to 29. So 8th term, we are not taking 8. It is the 8th term of the data. The 8th term over here is 29. If you got, the answer would have been the 4th term. What is the 4th term? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th term is 14. If the answer would have been 11th term, then what is the thing? It will be 8 here, 9, 10, 11. So 41 would have been the answer. So you understand what is the nth term? So term means that is that if in an array, when you put it in ascending or descending, जो point, जो eighth number है वो series में, that particular eighth number is your median. But suppose this would have been such that there is one more number over here. Suppose we take one more number over here, let's say 40 over here. तो 40 नहीं कर सकते, 46 करना पड़ेगा. 46 because it's the last number. In that case, I'll have two numbers over here. So in that case, if n is even, then median will be equal to n upon 2 plus n plus 2 upon 2, the whole upon 2th term. Okay, it is n upon 2 or n upon 2 plus. So it is basically n upon 2 is what? So it was originally n is equals to 16. So now in this case, n is equals to 16. So 16 upon 2 is 8th term. 8th term plus, there is 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 upon is 9th term. So 9th term and uske baad 2. So what is the 8th term? 8th term is 29. What is the 9th term? 29. So 29 upon 2 is equals to again 29. So the answer will be 29. Because the both the numbers are same, I got the same number. But if this were 29, this would be 30, then the answer will be 29.5. Because 29 plus 30 will be 59.5. So 59.5 divided by 2 will be 29.5. So accordingly, you will be able to find out the median by this formula. So I'll write down the formula once again for both the things. You copy it down. Uske baad we can start with the exercise. So in this case, in this particular exercise, we are going to have totally 3 formula. So the number formula we are having is 3. So first one is n is equals to number of terms. Now first one, mean is equals to sum of observation upon number of observation, also called as sigma fx upon n. Okay, it is also called as sigma x dash upon n. Okay, x is the different variables, वो सभी summation. This is sigma. Sigma is sum of. Okay, it is sum of, written as sigma. It is sigma. It is a Greek letter. So sigma means sum of x, sum of all the x values, sum of all the variables, that is x. The sigma is upon n. N is the number of terms. Second one is median. Now in median we have first, if n is odd, then median is equals to n plus n plus 1 upon 2th term. Okay, and if n is even, then median is equals to n upon 2 plus n plus 2 upon 2th term upon 2. Okay, nth, this is term. N upon 2th term, n plus 2 upon 2th term, यानी this is जैसे 16 था तो 8th term plus 9th term, जो भी आंसर मिलेगा उसका divide by 2. Okay, sum and then divide by 2. So this was about the formulas we are going to use in this particular exercise. The exercise number is 20.1. So 20.1 is the first exercise what we are having. We have got 19 sums in this. So let's start with the alternate sums one by one. Okay, copy down this formulas properly. Okay. So exercise 20.1. First sum. Find the mean of So it is given the mean for 8, 6, 10, 12, 1, 3, 4, 4. So mean is equals to sum of observation upon number of observation. It is 8 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12 plus 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 upon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8. It sums to 10, 20, 30, 40, 48. So it's 48 upon 8, that is equals to 6. So mean is equal to 6. Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 48. Okay, this was the first sum. The next is sum number 3. The enrollment of a school during 6 consecutive years are as follows. So find the mean enrollment. So again, it is 1620, 2060, 2540, 3250, 3500, 1710. Sorry, 3710. So there are 6. So n is equals to 6. Now we got mean is equals to summation of x1 upon n. So that is 1620 plus 2060 plus 2540 plus 3250 plus 3500 plus 3710 upon 6. 0, then 1, 6, 10, 16, 18. Carry forward 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, 26. So 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 1680 upon 6. That will give me mean as 6 2s are 12. So 46. So 6 7s are 42. 48. So 8 and 0. So that is 2780 enrollments were there in the school as an average in 6 years. So that was also cross-check the answers at the same time so that no issue later on. So the first answer was 6 and second answer 2780. Yeah, perfect, right? We move on to sum number 5. Find the mean of the first. So there are 2 sums. I'll do both the sums. Find the mean of the first 6 prime numbers. So first one, first 6 prime numbers. Now what are the first 6 prime numbers? It's 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 and 13. Okay. So we got n is equals to 6. Mean is equals to sigma x dash upon n. So that will be 2 plus 3 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 17, 17 plus 11 is 28. Yeah, 28 plus 13 is 31, 41 upon 6. So it's 41 upon 6. That will give you as 6 point. You just check that out because if there is any error. Yeah, 41 upon 6 is the answer itself. They are given it as 40 upon 6. So this is the mean of the first part. Second part. Find the mean of the first 7 odd prime numbers. So odd prime numbers. First 7 odd prime numbers. So it is 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 19, 23. That's it. Right. So that gives me n is equal to 7 and mean mean is equals to sigma x dash upon n, that is 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 11 plus 13 plus 19 plus 23 upon 7. So the 8 plus 15, 15, 16, 26, 26, 29, 39, 39, 49, 48, 48, 51, 61, 71. So it's 71 upon 7 should be the answer for the mean of the first 7 prime even odd numbers. So that is 71. Oh yeah, 71, that is nothing but 10, 5 upon 7, 75 or 75. Let me check. 13 or 17 रहेगा 17 and 19. So 23. So I will subtract 6. So 65. One sec. Should be 75, right? 9, 19, 20, 20, 35, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 7, 75. So that is nothing but 10, 5 upon 7. Here also you can change this as 6, 5 upon 6. So they are not given in the back side, but this they are given here. So it's better that we write this also in the same manner. So it will be, that will be the mean for the first 7 odd prime numbers. We now move on to sum number 7. The mean of 5 numbers is 20. If one number is excluded, mean of the remaining numbers become 23. Find the excluded number. Okay, so mean of the 5 numbers is 20. So mean is equals to 20. N is equals to 5. Okay, and they are given that if one number is excluded, mean becomes 23. So okay, we'll say this way, first of all we'll find out the sum of the thing. So we know that mean is equals to sigma x1 upon n. So it is 20 is equals to sigma x dash upon 5. So sigma x dash is equals to 20 into 5 is equals to 100. Now we'll say let the number excluded is equals to x. Therefore sigma x dash is equals to 100 minus x and n is equals to 4. So mean is equals to 23 given to you. So 23 is equals to 100 minus x upon 4. So this into 4 will be 92. Okay, 92 is equals to 100 minus x. So x will be equal to 100 minus 92. So x is equals to 8. So we see the number to be excluded is 8. So that was sum number 7. That sum number 7, the answer was 8. Got this? What we did over here was that this was the original thing जिसके अंदर हम लोग ने 5 numbers जिसका total था 100. अभी वो 5 numbers में से एक number को exclude कर दिया, तो let that be x. So now the numbers are not 5 but they are 4 and the sum of that will be 100 minus x. You know the mean. So mean is this. So mean का formula क्या है? Mean is equals to sigma x upon n. So sigma x is 100 minus x and this is 4. So we multiply this in 92. So x becomes 8. This is sum number 7. We'll move on to sum number 9. The mean of 5 observation is 15. If the mean of the first 3 observations is 14 and that of the last 3 is 17, find the third observation. So we have over here that mean of 5 is equals to 20. Mean, so therefore sum of 5 is equals to 20 into 5 is equals to 100. Mean of first 3 is equals to, कहाँ गया, if the mean of the first 3 observations is 14, so sum of first 3 is equals to 14 into 3 is 42. Mean of last 3 is equals to 17. So therefore sum of last 3 is equals to 17 into 3 is equals to 51. So now what we see is that we have got over here that sum of 5 is equals to sum of first 3 plus sum of last 3 minus third term. Did you get this? I'll just write it slightly neater. So it is sum of 5 is equals to sum of first 3 plus sum of last 3 minus third term. Why third term? Because this first, see if the numbers are, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 plus 2 plus 3, we know that it is equal to 42. And 3 plus 4 plus 5 is given as 51. So automatically this is being repeated twice. यहाँ से भी आया, यहाँ से भी आया. तो एक बार उसको निकाल दिया, तो we get it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why sum of 5 numbers equal to 0. So accordingly we have, let the third number be x. If you take the third number to be x, so we say let third term be x. Therefore, now 100 is equals to 51 plus 42, sorry, it will be 42 plus 51 minus x. So that is 100 is equals to 93 minus x. So x is equals to 100 minus 93. So x is equals to 7. Got it? One sec. कुछ गड़बड़ है. One sec. It cannot be this way. It's 15. Yeah, I thought so. There should be some error. This is 15. This is 75. So this is 75. Because this number has to be greater, ना इसीलिए ये लफड़ा तुरंत ही आ गया. So that is going to be 93 minus 75. So that will be 18. Okay. So this gives you that the third term. So what they asked us was find the third observation. So third observation is equals to 18. So this was sum number 9. We continue with sum number 11 in the next video.